It was a meeting of the minds in Mason City this evening as city leaders put their heads together to figure out what issues they will be addressing in the coming years.
KIMT News 3's Nick Kruzelnicki joins us live in the Mason City newsroom to tell us all about it. Nick?
For a little over 2 hours, the City Council, Mayor, and City Administrator talked about the city's successes. Then they brainstormed about how they can make the city better, focusing on several key areas where the government will focus their energies.
We've really been getting some national recognition for River City Renaissance and all the great things that are going on. The home of Meredith Willson, we're internationally recognized for our architecture, but it's important that we tell that story, and so we want to investigate some different ways to do that.
Mayor Bill Schickel says Mason City has a lot to brag about, but the city needs to find a good way to let the rest of the world know about it. That was among the priorities discussed by city leaders as a major goal for the next few years. The mayor also says the city needs to address staffing issues.
Well, we do have an older workforce. We have a number of employees that are looking at retiring in the next 3 or 4 years. So for the city of Mason City and for the community in general, retaining workers and attracting young workers is a key issue.
If there was one word that was on the tip of everyone's tongue at the meeting, it was blight. City Administrator Aaron Burnett says thoughtless property owners need to clean up their act.
We're looking at the blight remediation through a lot of different lenses, through trying to encourage the owner to take care of it, and then also going through the takings through 657A in the state code, which allows us to go in, take the property, and demolish the building.
City council members also discussed road maintenance, fixing the sewer system, and making sure flood water stays out of people's homes.
Infrastructure is just one of those things as a city you have to constantly work on, year in, year out. We in the United States are facing infrastructure that's aging. Much of it has been in the ground for decades, if not a century.
As you can imagine, there were a ton of ideas thrown out in the meeting, everything from better curbside recycling to right-hand turn lanes on Highway 122. Live in the Mason City newsroom, Nick Kruzelnicki, KIMT News 3.
Thanks, Nick. The ideas discussed at tonight's meeting will be prioritized into long-term and short-term goals for the city. Dorian's death toll is rising.
Just ahead, the latest numbers and